All right. Good morning. This is D-Rod here on Unlimited Power doing a live stream of just some sealed content like we do every Saturday. The only difference is judging by the sweater, it is the Christmas weekend. We have Christmas in a few days, so why not change the vibe a little bit with some holiday music, holiday sweater, not Star Wars themed, I know. I have a few, but I decided to go with a little bit more festive. And yeah, let's just kind of enjoy the day. A lot of great cards were released this week, and I'm hoping I can see some of them. Would love to see some of the new Rebel cards we saw, like Zeb Aurelios. We saw a new Snowspeeder. Um, who else we see? Oh, Cassian Andor got released as a leader this week. So let's just go ahead and hop in it and see what we get. I'm really excited. Let's see. We're actually going to forfeit this last one I did and open up some new packs. All right, so if you joined me last week, I kind of skipped the whole deck building session, and I don't think I was a fan of it, so we're going to kind of go back and look at some of these cards and see what we got. I just won't be spending too much time on them. I'm going to point out a few cards that I think are great, or some of the new ones that were released. Just kind of go from there. So first, we should always acknowledge what leader we have, because that's going to be part of the deck building experience, right? We got to know what we have and who we're going to build around. Krennic here is a great one. I think in limited, I don't know how much in constructed really if Krennic's going to see heavy play right now. But his ability to come out on resource 5 is really good. He can restore 2 and he has a good amount of health. So if we can get a good build, mostly like Death Troopers or even some Imperial Scout Bikes, that would be really helpful with someone like Krennic. Tarkin Town is a great base here. Really good. Can give us some options. Yes, we'll be down to 25 health, but that epic action to do 3 damage can really be important. All right, let's take a look at some of the cards we got. I definitely want to point out some of the new ones or some ones we really want to build around. Jawa Scavenger was released a little bit ago. 1 cost, which is good for a Jawa. Saboteur makes sense, and it's a 2/1. I think it's really good. Has the Jawa trait and Fringe trait, so it'd be nice to see some more unique Jawas. And I actually really like the art on the card too. I think it's fun. Syndicate Lackeys. This is a good card if you're playing yellow. It only has 1 aspect, so this is one I think that's always good in a sealed pool because it is ambush and it's a 5/4 for 5. So comes into play, hits something really hard. You're not penalized if you only have one. If you only have yellow, it's good. Next, Asteroid Sanctuary. Same thing, 1 yellow, so it's always going to be a good card in your sealed pool. Give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less and exhaust an enemy unit. Doesn't matter if they're a leader, doesn't matter their cost. It's good. Snowspeeder, another one. Really a big thing to look at in your sealed pool is these 1 aspect cards. They're kind of easy to throw in your deck, so why not, right? Ambush, again, you're going to be skipping an action step and get to swing immediately, and actually with ambush you get to skip a whole turn and swing immediately, so really good if you can get a lot of ambush in there. Now we got this Resilient. This is always fun with Krennic to just kind of make your guys a little bit tougher since they're already getting extra damage for being damaged themselves, higher attack. So, you know, it's going to be worth coming back to. One of the cards I want to talk about that was released this week, or 2 of them actually, was Vanguard Ace. This is a good one. Yellow and white, so Cunning and Heroism, 2 cost. New Republic vehicle fighter. So not Rebellion, all New Republic. Interesting, it's not the Resistance either. So those are 2 different things. When played, for each other card in your you played this phase, give an experience token to this unit. I think that's good. I mean, you're going to save it kind of towards the end to really get advantage of it. It's a 1/1, so you really want to do that. But I think it's neat. And again, there's a difference between New Republic and Resistance. New Republic is what we see established immediately after Endor. That's been very clear in the books so far, in the comics. The Resistance, however, is formed a little bit later. For those who don't know, there is a separation between the Republic and the Resistance as far as action there. So the Resistance fleet is not the New Republic fleet. Let's move on. So another one that got released recently was Bodhi Rook, straight from Rogue One. He was the pilot that defected home, and yeah, had his mind taken, kind of abused a bit, and he wasn't really the same after the. Ooh, I can't remember the name of the creature. Garhook, Garbad. Ah, man, I think I know it, but I don't. That's all right. Three costs, a double aspect here. So double aspect unit. We haven't really seen many of these. I don't think we've seen any unique double aspect units yet. But Bodhi Rook is a 3/3 Imperial and a Rebel, because as I said, he's a pilot that defects. But when played, look at an opponent's hand and discard a non-unit card from that. So discard ability, giving you some hand knowledge. Remember, you can write down the cards in this game. Reason being is because a lot of times you're going to be playing it out really quick. So it's not too much advantage in the long game, but it can be helpful. It may change what you put out, right? Um, let's see. We saw two tubes. Really in this pack, I'm really excited for the ambush ability here with the lackeys and the snow speeder. That gives us a couple options. Fifth Brother's also a good one to kind of build upon. He fits really well with Krennic, because Fifth Brother gets more damage, the more damage that's on him. So he can get a higher attack raised as well. So good combination there. Let's go ahead and move into pack 2. IG88. Man, I tell you, this is going to be one of those cards you have to like either play a lot of or deal with in sealed, because I just get him so often in sealed. He's okay. I just you're always going to find something better. So unless you're getting a lot of red support, may not be the option there. He's a 5/4 for 5, and each other friendly unit gains raid. That's kind of it. So you really want to put a lot of units out. You want to go wide, as they say, on your boards, and to really take advantage of this effect. If you're playing just a couple of big bombs and a lot of events to remove your opponent's units, then this is not going to be the leader you want, really. So he's also really easy to kill. We talked about earlier how those ambush cards, Syndicate Lackeys, Snow Speeder, who's the other one? Agent Callus. Those type of cards can take out IG8, no problem. And 4 is not a good health for leader. That puts you in range of like overwhelming fire, things like that. Like it's just a lot of events can take care of something with a unit under 4. So another Tarkin town, that's good. Vigilant Honor Guards, they have Sentinel until they are damaged. So probably not where we're going to go. Two of the cards that I think are really going to be beneficial if we stick with the blue, black, red is Takedown and Death Trooper. If we stick with Krennic, if we go red, I'm really liking this Open Fire. So the Death Trooper is going to be able to damage himself to trigger Krennic's ability, and he gets to hit someone else on play. This Entrenched is also good. You're going to kind of keep those units alive a little bit longer, but they can only attack other units. And you got the Distant Controller as well, so it can really help with your blue command units. Sorry, vigilance units. Command is green. Yeah, nothing new here. We got the Falcon. This is another great card to play in sealed, but it is 2 aspect, so you got to be careful there. Next pack. Pack 3. A second IG88. Well, we're not going to IG, but we did get another Death Trooper. That's great. We got a repair here. As far as new cards, I'm not really seeing anything new, but let's take a look at what some other fun options are. Snapshot Reflexes. I think this card is a great one. 1 cost upgrade, and you can immediately act after you do it. So that 1 damage not only, may make that difference there for your unit hurting someone else. Again, it's not going to penalize you for playing this upgrade before attacking, since you can attack immediately. So really great there. Seasoned Sword Troopers, another good one in sealed, because you'll probably get to those 6 resources, which will bump him up to a 4/3. Death Star Stormtrooper is always great. That 3/1, if your opponent doesn't have ways to deal with that early, they're going to be taking some damage for a bit. So a lot of good cards here. Overwhelming Barrage being one of my favorites. It is green-black, but it does not matter the type of units you're playing, Rebel or Imperial. Don't let this awesome art of a Death Star, of a Star Destroyer destroying some medical frigates sway you. But you give a friendly unit +2/+2 for the phase, then it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of other units. So buff a unit for the phase, and it gets the hit damage units. That's it. Like, it's really great. Imagine playing this on the next card, Palpatine. You make Palpatine 8/8 for the turn, and he gets to do 8 damage among other units. Palpatine already comes in and deals 6, so the board will probably be cleared by then. But really playing this on anything is always going to be good. You look at some of the cards we have in this pool, and it's like, all right, well, if you play it on Death Trooper, that's 5 damage. That can take out 2 units or one that you're struggling with. No problem. So, good cards. Let's move on to the next pack. Blue, Black, Red is definitely giving us some answers here. A third Death Trooper, a Snowtrooper Lieutenant. All right, it's going to be hard to pull me away. We got Chewbacca. Chewbacca's fun. He's 7 resources, though, so a little bit hard to get out. But once he is, that Sentinel ability is nice, Grit is nice, and he has 9 health to deal with. So, 9 I like. His leadership ability when he's not in the arena is he can tap to give a unit Sentinel for the turn, and the unit has to be 3 or less. It's okay. I get it, and that's kind of how you want to play. If you're trying to get 7 resources, you want the Sentinel, you want to be protecting your base, but I don't know if Chewbacca is really going to make a top tier deck, even in sealed. At least not in this one we're doing. So we got a couple better options, so we're going to move on here. A second Open Fire, a third Death Trooper. Again, great cards here. Snowtrooper Lieutenant, always great if you're playing heavy Imperial, just get that +2 in action. A resupply, this is good to get that kind of speed we're looking for in the game. Some other great yellow cards here. Cunning's always going to have those fun utility cards you may need, right? Here's an ambush, here's an exhaust, just really buying you the time you need to get established. Interceptor, always good, deals 3 damage. ATST is fun. Crafty Smuggler, I've been really liking. 2/2 for 2 with shield. Sabine's good, but you're leaning into 2 aspects here. So if you're going with it, it's great, but don't force it. Tag is about the same. If you're playing a lot of troopers and you have the colors, go for it, but no need to kind of force yourself around it. Now, this Chewie, it's funny, you got double Chewie pack here. This Chewie is, I think, a little bit better than the other one as far as abilities. I really do like it that both Chewbaccas have Sentinel. I do prefer this art over than the other art. But I really like that Chewbacca readies every time he's attacked. And although Grit is good, I think to kind of show Wookiee's rage, I think it would have been cooler if these were reversed and your leader got to ready every time. Honestly, so just my opinion. Red 3 is a great one. You want to be pulling a lot of heroism cards, so we're not probably going to be running this one unless our last 2 packs are heavy heroism. But yeah, raid 1 and each other friendly white heroism aspect unit gets raid 1. Really fun. So let's go to pack 5. This is some Christmas piano jazz. A Jyn Erso, red white. She was released a couple weeks ago. We just saw her companion Cassian Andor release this week. I really like the art of Jyn right here, just kind of like laying down some fire and not Lothal and Jedha. It looks like it's the Battle of Jedha. Just really great art. I think they really captured it. Just kind of the determination that is Jyn Erso. She's a survivor, she's scrappy, she's a Force 7, she's rebel. High cost for the ability, though. So while a friendly unit is attacking, the defender gets -1, -0. That's cool. But her leader ability when she's not in the ground arena is she needs to pay a resource to do that. So I think, or she just taps, but it's only for 1 unit, as opposed to when she's on the field, it's all the units. So she'd probably see more play in sealed than anything else. And for a little bit, again, she's kind of the IG-88 situation where you want to go wide a little bit to take advantage of this. So we had a couple of good cards to kind of support the Jyn Erso here. A Rebel Pathfinder, an Outer Rim Headhunter, Surprise Strike. Bamboozle, Fleet Lieutenant. These are all good cards. But again, it may not be the direction we're going. And that's kind of what we're showing today, is just helping people learn how to build some decks. So, all right, Kanan Jarrus here, good one. Really helps with other Spectre units, but I think just even discarding one card in a limited format is beneficial. So even if you don't have it, he kind of deals the job himself. So, and 4/4/4/5 is a great cost. We did get another takedown, and we got a mission briefing, which I'm a big fan of. So drawing cards wins games. Well, card advantage wins games. That's for sure. And our third IG-88. So we're not playing IG, that's for sure. A Resilient is going to be super helpful. Now that we know we're going Krennic. A Vanquish, good. Keep Fighting, great. Another 2 tubes. On attack, another friendly red unit gains raid 2 for this phase, so it's good for a Rebel Trooper. And a Lieutenant Childson who has Sentinel, as well as gets 4 additional experience. Up to 4 experience if you reveal 4 cards when he's played. 4 blue cards. A second Overwhelming Barrage that makes it tempting to kind of go into that green instead of red, but I have a feeling we're going to have better red support than green, especially knowing we have like 2 open fires. So let's get in that deck building. Let's take a look here. So 3 IG-88s, a Krennic, and a Jyn Erso. So I think Krennic's probably going to be the way to go. The only difference is, do we play Tarkin Town or Echo Base? Taking a look here. We know we're playing these Death Troopers. That 5th brother looks great. As far as green, I've only seen 4 green cards and quite a few more red. Blue and black's definitely going to be the way to go. Let's check our space units here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No big green cards either. So even if we took the ramp from the events and tagged, we wouldn't really be going anywhere. We'd just be getting some Overwhelming Barrages, and we have 2 open fires and 2 takedowns. So we don't really need the extra kill events here. All right, I think blue, black, red is the way to go. Build our deck. Commander Krennic. Hey, look, he gave it to us already. Knew exactly what we were going to choose. That's great. 3 Death Troopers. Yes, please. Palpatine's a great bomb. 5th Brother's also good. Lieutenant. Snow Trooper. I think 2 tubes are going to be good. We're not playing a lot of red, but he can definitely be important here, especially with... yeah. And it can be any unit, so we can make that space units. Let's take a look at our space. We know we want the Fang Fighter here because it can defeat upgrades. The Patroller, because when it dies, it'll give one of our units shield. That'd be great since they are going to be damaged. The Interceptor to just deal 3 damage to another space unit. So kill event on a stick. Patrol Craft for that Sentinel in space. And we may play the TIE Fighter if we need it. Probably just go with it anyway. Upgrades, these are both good. They're going to kind of work in our favor, so we're going to play both of them. And here it is. The events are really what's going to keep us going here. So we know we need the open fires. We need the takedown. The Vanquish, it's a one-of. That's going to be good. Now, in a sealed format, the ability to just destroy your opponent's units is going to be great because they may run out. Or you may take out their bomb and eliminate their only aspect of winning. So... Vanquish and Takedown are definitely going to be better than some other cards that deal straight damage because they'll just defeat units immediately. Mission briefing to draw a card. Yeah, so we're at 25 cards now. Let's go back and see where we're at. We have 11 units on ground, 5 space units, 3 upgrades, and 6 events. We could play the Governor and the Probe Droid. That'd be good. Let's play the Sympathizer. We really want to take advantage of 2 tubes here. So let's play the Braggart. And these guys have enough health to kind of protect themselves, so that's good. The Governor and the Probe Droid are my maybes here. The only other option is to play Keep Fighting and Maximum Firepower. Now, we're not playing, I think, enough Imperial units to make Maximum Firepower work. So I think we're going to go with the governor. Just because that health is good, and I guess keep fighting. All right. Save and close. Let's go ahead and try this out. Game 1. Now, remember, if you haven't played on Force Table before, you do need to be a member of the Patreon to get to the sealed format. It's a great thing. The guy who does this, runs this site, has been really awesome in running Star Wars Unlimited, making sure it's updated consistently. They also do stuff for Ashes and Flesh and Blood. So if you play any of those and you're interested in Star Wars, it's worth being a Patreon member just to get access to the sealed and draft pools. Now you can play this without it. You can load in decks, which is just fine. But if you're looking for more of that sealed experience, that limited experience to kind of prep for competitions eventually and see combinations, definitely become a Patreon member. So, all right, we built our 30 card deck. Let's hop in. All right. Yeah, we're just messing around, so no need to take a mulligan here. Just for fun. Real tournament, of course I would. Of course I would. I don't want to give up any of these cards. God, okay. So Katina Braggart and Resilient. How fun is that to put on turn 1? That's cool, right? I guess. But unfortunately, we're stuck with 3 kill events that are going to be really important. So that may not be an aspect to go down. Let's just get rid of them. No turn 1 play for us. Oh, speeder bike. This is what I wanted to see. A scout bike pursuer. We're fighting another target or another Krennic. But scout bike pursuer, really good. Gets damage, has grit, has good health. It's a solid choice. All right. We need some options here. We're going to have to just kill the scout bike trooper with the open fire. Let's do this. All right, open fire again, deals 4 damage. 4 is not the magic number in this game. A lot of things can die at 4, so not really a big deal. We'll take the initiative, and hopefully we got rid of their only scout bike pursuer. Oof, man, they're not making this easy. Katina Braggart's gonna go. We're gonna take down the sub-block card. Keep wanting to see what the opponent has here, and if we're using 1 card to get rid of theirs, that seems fair. Now, ooh, this is fun. This card got released just last week, Inferno 4. So right out of the Battlefront 2 series, Inferno 4 is the strike group that we find Inferno Squad, led by Iden Verso, and really good, really fun game. Now, this is a squad of commandos that can pilot, that are strike teams on ground and in air, so it's not uncommon we see this. 2 costs, 2/3, double aspect card here, blue and black. When played and when defeated, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put any number of them on the bottom of your deck, and the rest on top of any order. So, good deck filtering, fun art. Really like this art here. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. All right, we gotta get rid of a card. We have not seen our opponent's hand. We're gonna kind of get rid of. Let's get rid of keep fighting for now. We're gonna set up a board presence here. Okay, so we have that and that. All right, let's play the governor. Let's name a card. What do I not want to see here? Also, we got to get some music playing again. Let's see. Let's go Academy Defense Walker, honestly, just in case. That thing's a pain. And Krennic is out now that it's turn 5, so no good there. We're actually going to pass. I want to see what the opponent's going to do. Super Laser Technician. Okay, there's some ramp. Pass again. All right, that's what I want to see. They swing on with us on the probe droid. We're going to go ahead and play a card now. Play our Death Trooper. And we're going to deal 2 damage to Krennic here. Out comes the Seasoned Sword Trooper, which gets stronger next turn. And they use the Energy Conversion Lab. So the Conversion Lab is able to put a unit that costs 6 or less into play. You still pay its cost, but it has ambush for the turn. Now the point of that was, I don't have the energy. Sorry, the resources. I was going to play a takedown this turn, but that's not going to happen. That's okay. Let's go ahead and deploy our Krennic. And let's go ahead and attack with our Krennic. We'll go ahead and we're not going to do much here. Let's just attack. I don't mind attacking that Super Laser Technician. So let's get that off the board. Take 2 ourselves. Get a little damage there. Krennic will swing on us. And he takes out our unit because he's damaged himself. That makes sense. And we'll take the initiative. So we have a takedown to deal with their Krennic because he has 5 or less HP. Not a problem. Sure. We'll do that. All right, let's go ahead and play a card. We're going to play Resilient on our Krennic. Just keep him alive a little bit longer. Play a takedown on their Krennic to take him off the field. And let's go ahead and attack. So we got a little bit more defense here, which is good. Let's finish off that Shore Trooper. He's going to hit us for a little bit. That's okay. He's going to hit us for a lot, apparently. 5 because he's damaged. All right. Viper Droid takes out our Krennic. We're going to put out the 2 tubes. Ooh, man. They went a little bit wide, and we're struggling. So it's a 22-24 game. Let's take the initiative. We have 1 card in hand. They have 0. And we have a good takedown card. And here comes our Palpatine. Gonna drop the lieutenant. We got to get to this Palpatine. 1 away. I guess so. I'm going to swing on the Rugged Survivors because I can finish it off. It is going to get grit, so if the opponent doesn't swing with the Rugged Survivors now, we have an answer for it, which he did not. So let's go ahead and use that epic action and take it out. Boom. Great. We're running out of cards here, but that's okay. Palpatine's going to come out next turn, and Palpatine's going to be able to deal 6 damage divided among units we choose, which is great. We'll be able to take out the Cloud City Patroller, no problem, and probably we should probably take out the ship. Well, we won't be able to take out the Inferno Force, so we can take out the Patroller. So, Distant Patroller, Cloud City Wingguard, yeah. We do have this Vanquish, which is helpful. But I'm worried our opponent's going to put out something big, so I want to hold on to it a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and take the initiative. Opponent's going to hit us for 2, only dropping us down to 18. So this has been a very slow hitting match, which I'm okay with. These are both good cards. We're going to drop the Death Trooper. All right, Palpatine's going to come into play. We'll split up 6 damage. 4 is going to go to our Wingguard there to get past that Sentinel ability. We'll send 1 here. And we'll do the last one here just to get rid of the shield. Out comes another Patroller. So, no big deal. Let's take the initiative. We'll take 2 damage again from that Inferno 4. We can definitely survive there. Not a big deal. Now that we're at 8 resources, there's no reason to keep playing out. So once you kind of hit the bomb you're looking for in a sealed play, you just want to keep going. So we're going to say done. We need to hold on to the rest of our cards since we only got 10 left in our deck, 4 in our hand. So we're halfway through everything. Now let's do some damage. Let's swing with Palpatine first. Get 6 on there, lowering down to 19. They put out a Wilderness Fighter with shield. So 2/4 for 3. It's a great little card here, released a couple weeks ago, and I'm a fan of the art. So, really good, honestly. I think they really captured a couple of different aspects of the Hoth Troopers there. Yeah, really like it. So, all right, let's get some space units into play. We can still take care of any of these units, not a problem. Let's put some pressure on them. So out comes the TIE Advance. Okay. Well, let's just get rid of that now then. We'll play Vanquish and get rid of Inferno 4 since it became a 4/5. The opponent's just kind of top decking right now, so I'm not too super worried there. And we're going to go ahead and take the initiative rather than play the Distant Patroller so we can go first. Now, the Wilderness Fighter does have another another shield token on it, so that's going to be 2 upgrades. Luckily, we got the Fang Fighter, which is a ship that can help us get through that a little bit. So let's play the Fang Fighter and get rid of one of these shields. Out comes the Emperor's Royal Guard here. So luckily the opponent does not control the Emperor or an official unit, so this thing does not have Sentinel, nor does it get a +1 to its defense. So not really a threat for us there. Now let's play the Patrol Craft to give us Sentinel in space. It's going to help out now that we see that Star Viper. We're going to swing with Palpatine right on the energy conversion lab, dropping them down to 13. So we're going to make the opponent focus on us. Now that we have the heaviest hitter on the board, they need to respond in some way. All right, the TIE Advance swings into Patrol Craft and falls, since the TIE Advance only does 3 damage and has 2 health, where the Patrol Craft has 3 damage and 4 health. All right, no reason to put a resource down. We got an ATST and an open fire, so some good answers there. Let's do some swinging before the Patrol Craft goes down, though. Get 4 damage in. They play a Seasoned Shore Trooper. Swing again into this base for 3. And that should be game unless they kill our Palpatine or get Sentinel. They did get Sentinel. Now they play General Tag as an official who gives experience tokens to 3 trooper units, which they do have 2 on the field. Makes it a little bit harder. But that's why we play Open Fire. And we'll just go ahead and get rid of the Royal Guard. So if no other units have Sentinel, we're going to be able to take this our first game of our sealed match. Not a big deal. All right, so the other Krennic here, the AI Krennic, had a couple of good plays early in the beginning, went wide really quick, but just didn't have the cards to kind of keep up with our kill events. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. You know, we went into this with 2 Vanquish, 2 takedowns, 1 Vanquish, and 2 open fires. That's 5 cards in a 30-card deck that can kill almost, most non-leader units. And that's really great. That again takes care of 5 other cards in your opponent's deck, and if you're making sure those are the 5 cards that you're struggling with, or probably the big ones, it really is just going to put your opponent on tilt. So I think it's really good. Let's go ahead and go to game 2. Hop right back in it here. Now, reminder, in Force Table, when you're playing, they do have a difficulty throughout the sealed component of it. So they give the opponent 4 more HP. So that's why they're starting at 34 instead of 30, which is a little bit annoying, honestly. So, but that's what we got to deal with here. Actually going to change something here. That's fine. Whatever. It's going to be a little cut off. Not a fan of that. Let's just adjust that a little bit. That's good. Sorry about that, everyone. Just noticing that some things were a little bit off and wanted to fix them a little bit. All right, well, we're going to settle for that for right now. There you go. Can actually see the cards a little bit better. Actually, let's just do this. Quick pause. All right, I'm back. Quick pause, like I said. Make one more adjustment here. Nah, that's fine. All right, let's hop to it then. No mulligan for us. Let's just play with what we got, and we're going up against a Jin Urso here. Has the action ability to attack with a unit. The defender gets -1, -0 for the turn. Again, kind of what I was saying when we had this option to play Jin ourselves with our sealed pool. It's okay, but I don't think it's something you really have to build around. So I'm not sure how much constructed play she's going to see in a competitive format. So I think if you like Jin, play her for sure. Like I'm working with some stuff with her for sure, but you know, just one of those things of she may not be the best. So, all right, we got to pick 2 cards here. We're gonna go with the TIE Fighter and keep fighting. I like how some of the other cards we're seeing to build upon. With the Distant Controller being the card we play this turn. The AI goes first and played an Alliance X-Wing, so 2 costs, 2/3, so they'll be able to take out a patroller real quick. Now we have a bomb in hand, the ATST, and we got another Vanquish. I don't really want to get rid of any of these cards. I guess let's get rid of Entrenched for now. We'll play the Ardent Sympathizer this turn. Gross. Opponent plays a Millennium Falcon. So the Falcon comes into play ready. So it's a 3/4, so it's already difficult to deal with there. And yeah, not fun. Let's go ahead and attack the base. We're not going to be able to do much more. Get the 2 damage in. Jin Urso's going to lower it, and they're going to swing on the Patroller, taking 1 point of damage and taking us out. We will not get that shield bonus, which is a little annoying, but that's all right. We'll play the ground game. They go high, we go low. That's the way of the Empire, if you ask me. All right, let's take the initiative. We got Tarkin Town to deal with the unit, but that is okay. Let's get rid of the governor for right now. And we could play the lieutenant. Yeah, and that'll give us some Sentinel. Probably what I'm going to do. So he'll have Sentinel, and he can get 2 experience tokens because we were going to reveal 2 blue cards. Making it a little bit tougher there. It's going to help with this crafty smuggler who just came out with shield. We have the initiative, so the Ardent Sympathizer hits for +2, so it's going to be 5 damage right there. And let's swing on the Dagobah Swamp, dropping him down to 27. Now, the fact that Jin does have to go wide to make her abilities work a little bit better, and she's already has 1 more unit than us, we should be able to keep the initiative here. So let's go ahead and take it. We could kill that Alliance X-Wing with Tarkin Town, but I'm trying to see if there's anything else. But our health difference is pretty high now. But here we go. Takedown is now available to us in Vanquish. So Takedown can take care of that Millennium Falcon that's been a problem. So that's going to be a great one to deal with. And we have 2 tubes here. 2 tubes is good. We're going to drop the Resilient for 2 tubes. All right. So let's play the Takedown first and get rid of the Falcon. That's definitely one of the opponent's big cards there. They're going to play the only colorless card, aspectless card that we've seen so far, the Trooper, the Volunteer Soldier. Raid 1, and if you control a Trooper unit, this unit costs 1 less to play. So it's cool. Like, I think it's good. You'll probably see a lot of sealed pool. And they're playing a Naboo guard, which I think is also neat. So really cool looking. All right. First, we should swing with our Sentinel card just to get that through, since they're going to be the subject of 1 attack this turn. All right, that Alliance X-Wing still hitting us for 2. Not too worried about it yet, but it does drop us down to 15. And Ardent Sympathizer, though, is going to drop them down to 18. We could also play Krennic this turn, so... Opponent takes the initiative. We'll put Krennic in. Deploy the leader. And he has Restore 2, which is perfect. So let's go ahead and swing on the base, put us at 17, and put them at 16. So I like where we're at. Pass. Okay. Let's play for the turn. We're going to drop Mission Briefing. That's going to put us at 6, so this ATSD can come out. But we also have Vanquish and Open Fire. Snowspeeder comes out with Ambush, and like I was saying earlier, these Ambush cards are great ones to play in your sealed pool, especially if they only have one aspect, like Snowspeeder and Syndicate Lackeys. So great move on the AI there, doing exactly what it needs to do, and gets through our Sentinel. Alright, let's go first swing with 2 tubes to trigger the ability of on attack, another friendly unit gains raid 2. We're going to give that to our Sympathizer. Jin's going to trigger her abilities for the Alliance X swing to swing. Does not matter. It's a poor move by the AI. And let's swing with the Sympathizer first. Sympathizer should be swinging for just 5 again, since we lost the initiative. Been great if it was 7. And now comes Jin Urso. Jin Urso. All right. Well, we need some answers for Miss Urso here. We got the opponent on the ropes. Let's go ahead and restore 2. Make them deal with us since now they're at 7 and we're at 17. So at first it was a 10-point difference early on. No, that was last match. But they did have this game early and we just stabilized, which is great. Okay, the opponent has 2 units left. We can take out the veteran soldiers and we can take out the Snowspeeder if we need to. Let's just put a little bit more pressure and put the ATST out. Volunteer soldier hits us for 3. We're going to take the initiative. Jin Urso is going to hit us for 4, dropping us down to 8. All right, now that we have the initiative, we also have the damage here. These are all great cards. We're not going to play any of them as a resource. Happy where we're at. I think let's take out the biggest threat here. Well, no, let's swing with Krennic first because he's going to give us that restore to just buy us some time in case we see anything funky. We don't have Sentinel, so let's give ourselves a little bit more breathing room and raise our health a little bit here. Let Force Table update. There we go. They're at 5, we're at 10. Oh, that Snowspeeder. I forgot it can tap exhaust and vehicle units. Gross. We have the game right now. The Sympathizer can swing for 5 on his own since we have the initiative. So let's just go ahead and do that. And there we go. We finished game 2, defeating our opponent who had 34 health. So great job for us. Moving this. All right, let's go to game 3. All right, so this time we're going against Boba Fett, yellow black. When an enemy unit leaves play, you may exhaust this leader, and if you do, ready a resource. So really good. When he is a leader, though, on your field, it's you ready up to 2 resources when he completes an attack. So there's still a trigger here. It's a good Boba. I'd like to see something a little bit more powerful, but it's nice because it's giving yellow what it wants, and that's more resources to play its options. So to really take advantage of this, you need some card draw. You really want to keep your hand full to kind of give you all those options and have that, that utility, right? The utility belt type style. So let's go ahead and see what we do. He's running just basic green command center, nothing special here, just a Death Star, loading docks. Yeah, no mulligan for us. We'll get rid of something we don't want to play. Oh, man. TIE Fighter for sure. And I guess the Braggart. Yeah, so nothing for us turn 1, which may seem silly for some people, but when you're looking at our other options, I don't know. Nope, let's go Death Trooper and Braggart. Because we can play a little bit aggressive, play the TIE Fighter for this turn, and then play the Snow Trooper next turn. So let's do that. Opponent plays the Jawa. Fun. 2-1 Saboteur. That's a great card. We'll take the initiative. We'll go first. Ooh, a couple other good ones here. Sorry, Entrenched. You're out. All right, let's just put that pressure on him. Snowtrooper Lieutenant to give another Imperial +2/+0 and the ability to attack this turn. Since this is the third match in the sealed fight, the opponent does get additional 8 health on their base, which is ridiculous. Here comes the Academy Training, which is +2/+2. So now that Jawa is a 4/3. A little bit difficult there. We'll take the initiative, let the Jawa hit us. Oh, they go for the Snowtrooper Lieutenant, which is silly because we do have Tarkin Town. Boba Fett untaps his resource but doesn't take advantage of it. So just bad AI move, honestly. We're going to kind of rely on playing the space role here. Keep our options open. All right, let's get rid of it using Tarkin Town to take care of the Jawa. He's out. They play No Good to Me Dead, which is upsetting. I'm real tired of that card. By tired of it, I think it's a good card. But if you may have seen my some of my last videos about this one, is I still have an issue with it because, again, this art does not make sense. It has never made sense to put this in Star Wars because it's not the right scene. The scene that this line is said is actually here in Cloud City when Han Solo is being tortured. Most people, at least in Star Wars games, have gone back to this scene, and I don't know why. I really think it's a Star Wars Mandela effect here, and think it's this part that this is said, but they're wrong. It's said when Han Solo's being tortured and Boba Fett's upset that Vader's going to kill his prey. This is where Vader reminds him, like, he'll be fine and the Empire will pay you, what's due, right? But again, here's the TCG art. Wrong scene. This is happening in the Carbonite freezing, and it's giving the distinction that Boba Fett is saying this directly to Vader. He's no good to me dead. That's that's exactly what it is. Jabba's bounty hound was not dead or alive. I love how this is even a quote on the card. That's not said in the movie. And it's also, just silly. We see the same thing in the CCG from Decipher. They did the same thing. So again, not the scene. Destiny's probably the only one that did it right with just making their own art and showing a bounty hunter protect stuff. But that's my soapbox on No Good to Me Dead. Happy to talk about it. Clearly, we'll take the initiative and move on. Opponent has nothing else going on here. We're going to go ahead and I do like that we're playing the space game. So let's drop the sympathizer. Let's keep the pressure here. Get some attacks in. Out comes the TIE Advance. Nothing to put counters on. We're going to go ahead and play our Interceptor to take out their TIE Advance, giving us 3 ships in the space arena. Opponent still only has 1 unit. Not a big deal. We could drop our Krennic, but we're going to go ahead and take the initiative first. So the reason why I'm not putting Krennic out there, because I don't really want to take out him to take this early damage from Boba and the Smuggler to benefit Boba's ability. So let's hold off a little bit here. We have 4 events in our hand. That gives us some options. Swing with the Patrol Craft first. Take 3. Opponent plays the Outer Rim Headhunter. Not really a problem for us. On its attack, it gets rate 1. And on attack, if the leader unit's in play, they can exhaust a non-leader unit. So they do have a leader unit in play, but that's all right. It's not swinging this turn. The AI decides to play Academy Training on Boba, making him a 6/9. So a little bit tough there to deal with. Let's see what we can do. We can hit him for 3. And then maybe get him with, or hit him for 4, and then I think that'll hit him for 5. So we'll be able to play Takedown next turn. So let's do that. 4 damage there. Boba Fett's going to swing on us, dropping us down to 11. Nothing else we can really do. We could play Keep Fighting, but I need to take the initiative to stay on, keep going first here. right. And drop the governor. Okay, we're going to drop the takedown on Boba now, getting rid of him. This is going to mean the Outer Rim's ability is not going to do anything when it attacks. The opponent plays an Agent Callus, but we have no characters in play for them to ambush, so that works out in our favor. And let's go ahead and attack. Attack with the patrol craft first, since it has Sentinel, just in case Boba has any crazy abilities. Crafty Smuggler swings on us for 2, dropping us down to 9. This is a big difference in damage here, so we're going to have to put some pressure on it real quick. Outer Rim Headhunter has Raid, so it does hit us for a little bit more, but it's out of play now. We're going to play Keep Fighting and untap our Imperial Interceptor and put a little bit more pressure on our opponent. 3 more. 2 more with the TIE Fighter. And then we're going to put Krennic in play now, who's going to restore our base for 2. Putting us at 11 and our opponent down at 10. So we just really took care of that gap there. A little bit of late game. We definitely held on to Krennic for about 3 turns there until we put him out. But I think that worked in our favor. Here comes the Asteroid Sanctuary. Not a big problem for us. We have a Vanquish. We're going to go ahead and play that now. And let's play that on Krennic. I mean, not on Krennic, on Callus. So Callus is out. This Crafty Smuggler still only hits for 2, so we're not really threatened by that. The opponent has no other cards in hand. And we have about, what, 8 damage on the board. So we'll be able to do some real good damage on them. No problem. Put him at 3. Opponent takes the initiative. If only. If only we had 1 more point of damage, but we do not. We are going to go ahead and play 2 tubes. Not that that matters. We do have this game unless the opponent surprises me with some crazy action and hits me for an additional 7 that we don't see. No reason to put a card down this late in the game. Now comes the Blizzard Assault AT-AT. So it doesn't do anything, a great bomb, but not enough. Krennic in Krennic fashion will go ahead and take the win. And that's always good. All right. That was a fun, just holiday stream there. Really enjoyed it. We can do another one. Let's see. It's about in there. Yeah. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and stop there. We did 3 matches. It's kind of our goal every Saturday. So just kind of play sealed and go through this and see what we can do. Krennic was a fun little one. Let's take a look at the deck again. Well, this is actually our sealed pool. So we were able to build something really fun here. 3 colors. And the ATST was one of our bombs along with Mr. Palpatine. Really helped us out here. We did get to see Palpatine. We did get the ATST out, but we didn't use them in time. Snowspeeder did take that out or exhaust it, which I think is another reason why Snowspeeders are good with that ambush ability. Fifth Brother didn't really come in handy like we wanted it to. Neither did the Death Troopers so much, but we really just kind of played around what our opponents were doing, and that's just kind of a sign of a good deck. We had the abilities to kind of split our attacks between ground and space. As you saw in that last match, we were just able to kind of go at them really easily there, keep the pressure going with just 3 ships. And the big thing that did it for us were these events. So open fire, 2 takedowns and a vanquish, 5 cards in a 30 card deck that can deal with most units is going to get you there. All right. You look at the cards I'm playing, ATST, Palpatine, these are high cost cards, and even open fire and takedown would have been problems, but they could have got him there in a 2 card combo. Similar to what we did with Krennic last match, where we just open fired and then takedown. So that's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. A 2-for-1 isn't bad in a sealed pool, knowing that your opponent may not have any other options after that. So anyway, this has always been great. If you're having a good time, like, subscribe, comment. Always fun to do these. We'll do a couple more No, we'll keep doing them. Sorry, every Saturday, but there may be one or two more during the holiday season that are a little bit different. Um, Instead of just our normal Saturday and Tuesday routine. So thanks everyone for being here. Have a great holiday. If you're celebrating Christmas, enjoy it. If you're celebrating Boxing Day, enjoy it. And I believe today Kwanzaa. Today maybe Kwanzaa. So just enjoy the holidays.